So Matt, first tell me, how did the zoo come up with this idea to have a drive-through experience?
Well, what's the old saying about imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? So, hey, look, we're not above it. I worked for the Iron Pigs for many years. We stole a lot of teams' ideas and vice versa. And, now I'm in the zoo world and some of the promotion remains the same. And, we saw San Antonio Zoo was, I think, really the first one to do this and at least make it a big deal. And at that point, we had really begun to dive in and try to figure out how we can make it work.
Yeah, well, I thought the experience itself was awesome. I actually got to go. Can you tell us a little bit about the layout and how it worked logistically?
All of our traffic goes in and out of, there's a lower entrance by the barnyard for those who are familiar with the zoo. It's a flatter ground there. It's a little difficult because, again, it's a one-way pass. So we really have to monitor traffic. Guys are doing a great job doing that. And they start at the barnyard and go actually the opposite way that zoo foot traffic would normally go. But the good thing about sending them up and back around the opposite way, which would be counterclockwise, is that they finish the tour by going down the lower road. And that's where some of our more wow exhibits would be, from the giraffe to the zebras to the kangaroos, oryx, etc. And so even if you have to wait a little bit, I think by the time people come to the end, there's a lot of smiles leading to it.
Obviously, the first time you guys did this, so there's going to be kinks in it, and that's totally understandable, but I thought that it was a huge success. Did you expect the amount of people that you had?
Well, actually we did, because what we wanted to do after hearing some of the stories from the other zoos, and I even talked to some of my friends at the Iron Pigs after they did a Drive-Thru Princess and character event, just to kind of get feedback for what kind of traffic can move as smoothly as possible. So we had reduced the numbers, and the first day we did it, we had an even lower number, just because we wanted to try to get that run through in the books, feeling good about logistics. When we bumped the numbers up, it was a little tougher, a little bit more difficult, but we limited the number to a set number we thought would be good to get through the zoo in an hour, and then sold that many tickets for the 3-hour tour, and they all sold out within 36 hours.
One of my favorite parts about this experience was actually the audio track that went along with it. And Matt, I know you were a big part of that, so why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Well, it was funny because obviously I did edit. For people who are watching this, they're obviously fans of TV2 Sports. I'm sure at some point, whether it's been with an Iron Pigs game, a high school game, small college game, they've heard me and some of my terrible humor. But it was fun because, you report, you love reporting and reporting sports, and I think at the end of the day, I love delivering information. This is just a different type of information. I joke around with some people. I could tell you much more about Dominic Brown, Michael Franco, Cody Ashe, and Roman Quinn than I can about alpacas, llamas, and otters, and all those other good things, although I'm learning. But that was fun for me, and I did have some people make some nice comments on Facebook, or some joking comments like, oh, I recognize this voice.
And make sure you tell people to download that audio track before they actually get to the zoo. Obviously, technology, we all struggle with that at times, right?
Especially at the zoo, we have limited infrastructure in the middle of a game preserve. But yeah, to download, if you are planning on the tour, the download is very easy. You can find a link right at our website. It's really important because our Wi-Fi is not great. And when I set out to deliver this curriculum, if you will, I wanted to have it spaced out perfectly by time. So when one person has Wi-Fi issues, it really throws things a little bit more out of whack than what I had initially planned. So I do encourage, good point. I appreciate you mentioning that, because the pre-download is very important when you're in the middle of the game too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Matt, thanks so much for all your efforts. I know you guys worked really hard. Your crew was incredible. They were so happy and welcoming, and we really appreciated that when we were going through the experience. Guys, if you want to see updates on what is going on with the zoo, maybe their possible next drive-through experience, check out their Facebook page and their Twitter. Their handle is @LVZoo.